350 feet below ground. Narrow passage downward. You have reached catacombs, 400 feet below ground. Downward. In order to proceed further, Elian morphs into a bat and flies down into the void. Meters and meters of total darkness. Only the echo of the bat allows him to proceed safely. When even the last threads of web disappear from his sight, the path becomes visible. Elian lands and proceeds by foot. The whole descent was very long. The path leads to a sort of valley in which mummies and dried bodies wander without a destination. Mummies emit a toxic gas, and their colour is slightly different from the ones he's used to seeing. The other monsters still have a noose attached to their neck. From their mouth drools a very corrosive acid. At the bottom of this place, Elian feels a very powerful presence. You have reached cat ceiling. Elian can hear a noisy sound in the distance. He raises his head and, after a while, he notices that something is moving on the ceiling. Actually, that's not just something, it's a swarm. An immense swarm. On the ceiling, there's such an immense number of hellish locusts that it's not even possible to see the actual ceiling, which extends for hundreds of meters. Cave in. The path to proceed below has collapsed. Also, from the fissures, a lot of hellish locusts come out. Upward, Abidon. A humanoid being is sat on a pile of dry corpses. He's wearing evening garb, but his head resembles one of a locust. As Elian gets closer, that creature stands up. With a simple gesture of his arm, the whole endless swarm of hellish locusts surrounds them, creating a dome which amplifies the noise and blocks any escape route. After seeing that, Elian has no more doubts. He heard about him. Even some human heard that name at least once. The entity which stands before Elian is Abidon, the bringer of ruin and destruction. Many sources offer different interpretations and representations of him, but what Elian can see is a powerful demon who can control an immense army of hellish locusts. Abidon emits a gurgling noise. The locusts start to attack Elian from every direction. It's difficult to even attack him for Elian, since he also has to deal with such an army at the same time. The battle begins. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting stronger. The enemy is getting faster. The battle ends. Alien gains 3,000 experience points. Alien gets Blood Vial. Double tap to continue. Abidon's body turns into a swarm of black locusts. They scatter everywhere, along with the rest of his army. In a few seconds, they all disappear. Now there's an eerie silence instead, interrupted only from the steps and the moans of the wandering humanoids which populate the valley. Elian is not even sure he's killed him. Surely ruin and destruction won't cease just because he won a battle. Anyway, if those catacombs host a guest like him, then Elian cannot even imagine what will await him if he dares to descend even further. Cave in. Ceiling. Cave in. Upward. You have reached catacomb. Downward. Upward. You have reached narrow downward, upward. You have reached catacombs. 300 feet below. Swarm of hellish locusts. The battle begins. The battle ends. Alien gain. Downward, upward. You have reached Cat saving. You saved the game.